Chike and his mother Ifeoma lived in the bustling city of Lagos. Ifeoma, a widow, had raised Chike after her husband's mysterious death. Despite the hardships, they had built a comfortable life together. Chike was a young, ambitious man with a promising career. One day, Chike returned home with a radiant smile on his face. "Mama, there's someone I want you to meet," he said. Ifeoma looked up curiously and asked, "Who is she?" Chike's smile widened. "Her name is Adana. She's the love of my life and I want to marry her." Later that evening, Adana arrived. She was a beautiful young woman with a warm smile and kind eyes. But as Ifeoma observed her, a strange feeling of dislike welled up inside her. She masked her emotions, forcing a smile as they exchanged pleasantries. After Adana left, Ifeoma called Chike into her room. "My son, I don't like that girl. There's something about her that doesn't sit right with me." Chike frowned. "Mama, I've never been this happy. I love Adana and I intend to marry her." Ifeoma's heart sank as she saw the determination in her son's eyes. She realized that this was only the beginning of a long battle. Days turned into weeks, and despite Ifeoma's disapproval, Chike and Adana's love continued to blossom. Chike started making wedding preparations, and Ifeoma's disdain for Adana grew stronger, but she kept it hidden behind a veneer of politeness. As the wedding day approached, Ifeoma decided to play along, pretending to accept Adana. She wanted to appear supportive, hoping to find a way to break them apart after the wedding. The wedding day finally arrived, filled with joy and celebration. Friends and families gathered to witness Chike and Adana's union. Ifeoma, though outwardly supportive, felt a storm brewing inside her. She watched with a forced smile as her son married the woman she detested. After the wedding, Adana moved into their home. It was during this period that Adana noticed her mother-in-law's strange behavior towards her and how she always treated her coldly, shouting and insulting her at any little instance. The house, once filled with laughter and warmth, now felt tense and uneasy. Ifeoma's cold demeanor towards Adana became more apparent. She found fault in everything Adana did, from her cooking to the way she cleaned the house. One evening, Adana confided in Chike. "Your mother seems to dislike me, and I've tried so hard to please her, but nothing works," she said. Chike sighed, holding her close. "I'll talk to her again, my love. I don't know why she's acting this way," he reassured her. But even after Chike spoke with his mother concerning her unfair treatments towards his wife, nothing seemed to change and her behavior only seemed to worsen. One evening, Chike spoke to his mother once again, pleading with her to be kinder to Adana. "Mama, Adana is my wife now. Please try to get along with her." Ifeoma's eyes narrowed. "You choose her over your own mother. Don't expect me to welcome her with open arms." Chike felt torn between his love for Adana and his loyalty to his mother. He hoped time would heal the rift, but Ifeoma's hatred only grew more intense. She began to scheme, devising ways to make Adana's life more miserable. Soon enough, Adana became pregnant with her first child, and she and her husband were so happy. But this news of her pregnancy only seemed to fuel the hatred of Ifeoma for Adana. Then she devised a plan to kill the baby. All of a sudden, Ifeoma changed her attitude towards Adana and started treating her nicely, pretending to like her so as to get close enough to her to kill the baby. Though Adana was happy about her mother-in-law's change in behavior towards her, but that didn't stop her from wondering what must have brought about this change. But then she felt that it was because of the news of the baby's arrival that caused it, and so she didn't think much about it again. But what Adana didn't know was that her mother-in-law was a witch. In fact, a very terrible witch at that, who was also responsible for the death of her husband, Chike's father. The reason for which she killed him was because he found out that she was a witch and wanted to expose her to everyone, but she decided to kill him first before he even had the chance to do that. As Adana's delivery days drew closer, her mother-in-law devised a plan to kill her and the baby together while she was put into bed. As the D-Day approached, strange complications arose. Despite regular checkups confirming her and the baby's health, Adana began to experience severe pain. Chike, frantic with worry, quickly rushed her to the hospital. In the delivery room, the situation worsened. The doctor struggled to stabilize Adana and the baby. Ifeoma, watching everything happen, felt a twisted satisfaction, believing her plan was working, and then went back home to celebrate. Chike, desperate to save his wife and child, called in all the best doctors he knew. After a tense and exhausting night, Adana safely delivered a healthy baby boy. After they got back from the hospital, they came back home. Ifeoma, seeing Adana and the baby still alive, became angry and very bitter, but she masked it, not wanting anyone to know her true intentions. She suggested to help care for the baby as there was no need of employing a nanny when she was around to do that. As Ifeoma took care of the baby, she devised another plan to kill the baby. One night, as the baby was asleep in his cot, she came towards the baby and rubbed a fetish thing around his head. After doing that, she went back to her room and invoked the spirit of the baby and killed him and devoured him with the other members of her witch coven. The next morning, Adana awoke, joyful to see her baby, only to find him dead. This news was so shocking to her that she fainted, and her husband had to rush her to the hospital. All this while, Ifeoma pretended like she didn't know what was happening or what had caused the death of the baby, joining them to sympathize. Chike and Adana mourned deeply, finding solace in each other's arms. After some time, Adana became pregnant again, and this time around, Ifeoma resorted to killing the baby in the womb first before it was even born. She would go close to Adana and rub her stomach, pretending to be massaging her waist and checking how the baby is doing, and then at night, she would invoke the baby's spirit and devour it with the other members of her witch coven, while Adana will wake up the next morning to find out that she had miscarried the baby. This kept on repeating even till the fifth pregnancy, and soon enough, Adana knew that it was no longer ordinary. So she spoke to Chike and told him of her plans to go and see a man of God who can help them. The man of God started praying and fasting with them, encouraging them not to worry that God will surely answer their prayers. He then gave them prayers that would last for 3 months and told them to go home and continue with it. Chike and Adana returned home filled with hope. They followed the pastor's instructions diligently, praying and fasting together. Ifeoma, unaware of their spiritual quest, continued her wicked schemes, taking delight in Adana's suffering. At the end of the 3rd month, which was the month Chike and Adana finished their prayers and fasting, Ifeoma suddenly fell ill. Her body weakened and she became bedridden. Chike called several doctors, but none could diagnose her condition. Desperate, he reached out to the pastor. The pastor visited their home and after praying over Ifeoma, revealed the shocking truth. Your mother is a witch, Chike. She is suffering from the consequences of her evil deeds. She is responsible for your wife's miscarriages and the death of your child. Chike was stunned. No, it can't be true, he said. I am afraid it is, the pastor continued. She has been hiding her true nature for years. Chike, in front of everyone, confronted his mother, his heart heavy with sorrow. Mama, is it true? Are you a witch? Ifeoma, weakened by her illness, could no longer hide the truth. She confessed to everything, including the mother of Chike's father and Adana's children. I hated her from the moment I saw her, Ifeoma admitted, and when you chose her over me, I vowed to make her life miserable. Chike fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. "How could you do this, Mama?" As Ifeoma lay dying, she screamed in agony, feeling a burning sensation throughout her body. Chike watched as she writhed in pain, her dark secrets consuming her from within. With a final piercing scream, Ifeoma's body went still. She was dead, leaving behind a trail of sorrow and devastation. Chike and Adana were left to pick up the shattered pieces of their lives. They mourned not only the loss of their children, but also the betrayal of someone they had trusted and loved. With the pastor's help, they began the slow process of healing. Friends and families rallied around them, offering support and comfort. Despite the pain, Chike and Adana's love for each other remained strong. Months passed and life slowly returned to normal. Adana became pregnant again, and this time around there were no complications. She gave birth to healthy twins, a boy and a girl. The joy that filled their home was indescribable. Chike held his newborns close, whispering a prayer of gratitude. "Thank you, God, for blessing us after all we've been through." Adana smiled, tears of happiness in her eyes. "Our family is complete, Chike. We have overcome the darkness." And so that was how Adana and Chike lived happily, without any other obstacles coming in between them. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down your thoughts below, and subscribe to my channel so you will know when next I share another story. See you guys in my next video.